Now with 2016 just about ending in a few weeks, 2017 is going to bring some new devices. One of those just might be the LG Stylo 3. But before I get into what features I like to see, let's go back and look at the original LG G Stylo. When this device was first released in 2015, this was honestly one of my favorite devices of that year. It had basically everything I was looking for with an affordable price, the nice 5.7-inch display, a good build quality, 13 megapixel rear facing camera. I like the signature LG button placements, and of course this had a stylus to go along with it. Next, in 2016 came the LG Stylo 2 Plus. Now this was very much welcomed. I know for myself, I was very excited when I was hearing about the release of the LG Stylo 2 Plus. It did come with a somewhat new design language. It was slimmed down, it had the fingerprint sensor on it, it had a bump up from the 1.2 gigahertz on the original LG G Stylo to a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core processor. Let's talk about the design and the build of the LG Stylo 2 Plus. There wouldn't be too much I would want to change in 2017 with a new LG Stylo 3 or 3 Plus. Not too sure what we're going to get, or if we will get one, but I'm very happy with the stylus placement is. I think the only thing I would like to see different, it's more a preference for me, is like a bottom firing speaker, like a single bottom firing speaker would be nice. Now moving on to the battery department, I would definitely like to see a bump up in the battery to maybe a 3200 milliamp battery or a 3400 milliamp battery, as long as they still keep the removable back and we're still able to swap out the batteries as we go. Next I would like to see is a bump up in the storage department. So right now we get 16 gigabytes of onboard memory. It would be definitely nice to have 32 gigabytes of onboard memory on the new Stylo. Moving on to software, definitely for 2017, out of the box, definitely want Android 7.0 Nougat. I mean, we have Marshmallow, which is great, but having Nougat would be just icing on the cake there. Now let's talk about the display. Display is something that I was hoping for a 1080p display on the LG Stylo 2 Plus. We still got the 720p. So definitely with a new LG G Stylo 3 or 3 Plus, I would love to see a 1080p display on the new device. Another thing I would like to see is the gyroscope or the gyro sensor, whichever you want to call it. Just so when you watch these 360 videos, you can just move the device around instead of having to use your thumb to move the display around. And as well, it's going to help out with games that require a gyroscope. It'll just make your gameplay experience even better. So LG gyroscope for sure with the LG Stylo 3. Another thing I would like to see is quick charge. Fast charging, at least quick charge 2.0 on the LG Stylo 3. Now let's jump to camera. I don't have a whole lot of complaints in the camera department, but one thing I do like to see with the LG Stylo 3 is optical image stabilization on the LG Stylo 3. I know LG can implement this and put this into the camera software, and that would just be great. We lost the laser autofocus with LG Stylo 2 Plus, so I can honestly live without, but OIS, optical image stabilization, would just be super sweet on the LG Stylo 3. All right, let's move on to the stylus. Personally, I wouldn't really change anything about the stylus. I like all the new features that came with the Stylo 2 and the Stylo 2 Plus, but let me know if there's any features you'd like to see added to the stylus. But for me, I really wouldn't change too much with it. One last thing that I would like to see a bump up in is in the processor. So right now we got a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core processor. At least bump it up to a 1.5 gigahertz octa-core processor. Other than that, those are kind of my wish list, my items that I would like to see on the LG Stylo 3 or 3 Plus for 2017 if we do get one. Let me know down in the comment section below what features you'd like to see if we do get a LG Stylo 3 or 3 Plus in 2017. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.